All right, let's just cut right to the chase, shall we? You've seen them. I know you have. The endless lists of AI skills you're told you absolutely have to master to get ahead. But what if all that noise, all that chatter, is actually a distraction? What if there's one single skill that makes all the others click into place? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to uncover.
Okay, so let's start with a pretty blunt truth. You've been lied to. Now, it's not some big conspiracy, not malicious or anything, it's just oversimplification. And believe me, in this new age of AI, simple answers, they can be seriously dangerous.
I mean, it's everywhere you look, right? Articles, online courses, your social media feed, it's a constant barrage. They're all pushing this checklist, these quote-unquote must-have skills. You know the drill. Prompt engineering, AI content creation, automating your workflows, the list just keeps on growing. But here's the thing they're not really telling you. There's one skill that's the foundation for all of them. The one thing that holds it all together. And if you don't get this one right, all those other skills on the checklist, frankly, they're not much more than just fancy party tricks.
So before we pull back the curtain on what that skill is, let's just take a step back and ask, why is everyone scrambling so hard in the first place? What's the big rush? Well, it all boils down to what you might call the $13 trillion question.
Yeah, let's talk about the sheer scale of this thing. We're talking about a McKinsey estimate here. AI could pump as much as 13, that's trillion with a T, dollars into the global economy by 2030. This isn't just a small change, it's a full-blown economic earthquake. And like any earthquake, there's going to be disruption. The World Economic Forum thinks that by 2027, AI could get rid of 83 million jobs. But, and this is the part you really need to hear, it's also projected to create 69 million new ones. So it really boils down to one simple question you have to ask yourself. Which side of that line are you going to be on?
So, to try and answer that question, where do most people look? They go to the conventional wisdom, right? They go to what we're calling the 7-skill checklist.
And yeah, you've seen this list. It's got all the usual suspects. Prompt engineering, learning how to talk to the AI. AI-assisted development for building stuff faster. Then you've got your content creation, your workflow automation, data analyses, even AI compliance and ethics. Oh, and tacked on at the end there, AI strategic integration. Looks pretty complete, doesn't it? But hold on a second. This is where we really need to pause. Is that really it? Is success just about taking off boxes on a to-do list? Is that what's going to separate the people who thrive from the people who just get by in this whole new world?
The answer is a resounding no. To really, truly succeed, you have to look beyond that simple checklist. So it's time. Let's talk about the skill that really, truly matters.
And this right here, this is the absolute core of it. The real problem, the real bottleneck. It isn't the tools. It's not about which version of ChatGPT you're using. The bottleneck is your thinking. It's all about how you approach a problem from the very beginning.
This is where that last skill on the list, AI strategic integration, suddenly snaps into focus. It stops being just one more thing to learn and becomes, well, it becomes the whole game. This isn't about using AI to do one little thing over here. It's about looking at the entire system, your job, your business, your whole workflow, and asking, how can we rebuild this from the ground up with AI at the very heart of it? It is truly the art of connecting all those different dots.
And that leads us to a really powerful way to think about this. It's a question you need to ask yourself right now. Are you an AI user or are you an AI builder? The difference between the two? It's huge. An AI user, they focus on the tool. They ask, hey, how can I use this thing to write my emails a little faster? They're just automating something they already do. But an AI builder, they're thinking about the whole system. They ask, how can we use AI to completely reinvent how our team communicates, how we manage projects, how we serve our customers? See the difference? Users just make the old way faster. Builders create a whole new, better way. Users follow trends, builders create value out of thin air. Okay, so the big question is, how do you make that jump? How do you go from being a user to being a builder? Well, the path forward is actually a pretty simple framework. It's all about this. Think deeper, build wiser. So here it is, your roadmap. Just 3 steps. Step 1, yes, you still have to learn the toolkit. Of course you do. Those 7 skills we talked about, they're your building blocks. You need them. But step 2, and this is the absolute game changer, you have to consciously adopt that builder's mindset. Start asking bigger, more fundamental questions. And finally, step 3, apply the strategy. Use that idea of strategic integration as your North Star, your guide to connect all those separate skills into one cohesive, transformative whole.
Because you know what? In the end, that's really what this is all about. The tools are going to change. They already are. The platforms will come and go. But that ability to think critically, to see the entire forest, not just the trees, and to strategically build the future, that's it. That's the one skill that will always matter. Think deeper, build wiser.